Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I hope you're good. I hope you're well. It is time for another Late Night Lilywhite. And you know what? Doing these, winning is coming too easy. Winning is all I will say. To divulge everything that was got on today and to have a great discussion, I've got a fellow Canadian, someone I've been meaning to stream with for a long time. You would have seen him in the chat as Canadian Dose of Spurs. I want to welcome, making his debut on Tottenham on Tour, Nate. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm fantastic, Brian. How are you?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. I'm good. I've got a mate over here from England. I had Ariane surprise and fly in from LA. The weather was great. The weather is great, and Spurs are winning. Spurs are winning. By the way, everyone, before we start going through everything, this is Nate's channel. I'm going to keep dropping the link in the chat. If you haven't subscribed to him, please do. A brand new or new. How long has your channel been going now, Nate?
Well, seriously, since January, but it's been up for like about a year and a half or so now. Okay. So yeah, seriously, since January.
Well, obviously, people will be here, but right. We'll go through the comments and everything. We'll just have a quick talk about the game. Now, it was a diabolical game of football. It was a very, very poor performance with not much to talk about. But the biggest thing Frank needed to sort out was our defence from last season. We don't concede. Teams play badly and win. That's a sign of a good team. It's what we did. It was Thomas Frank's first Champions League game as a manager. It was Vicario, Spence, Destiny, I think Van der Ven and Bergvall's first Champions League game ever. And we got 3 points. So it wasn't the greatest game, was it, Nate?
I mean, no, it wasn't the greatest game, but the reality is that under Ange, this win would have never happened. Let's be real. Yeah. The thing that I love about Thomas Frank is that he raises the floor of this team massively. Now, while the ceiling still isn't there, the floor is very high in this team now. And the defensive structure that we have, I don't know about you, but like me personally, when we go up a goal, I don't feel like we're going to concede. I genuinely do. So
correct. No, you're right, and it's the same play. It's the same back four mainly. They're just structured. They're well organised. And like we said, there are going to be performances. He still hasn't got his best team out. And he's even come out today and said, listen, in fact, I'll share this. I don't know if people have seen this. Let me share it from Ali Gold. I retweeted it. If I go onto my Twitter, he came out and said, where is my Twitter? 1 second. So, Thomas Frank himself, here it is. He said, Thomas, I think there was a spell in the second half where we decided to give the ball away every single time we had it. We gave the ball away. Let's bring it back. Oh, give it away again. Let's bring it back. And then he said, then where was it? He goes, it's a little bit easier to sit here and smile, but of course that level we will raise. And he's also, if I go to We Are Tottenham TV, let me bring it up. Where is it? They put Frank's. So Frank said, let me just zoom in. So he said, this team, these players will score goals. There's no doubt of that. I know we only scored an own goal today, but we will score goals. I'm not in doubt of that. I think the big thing was that we needed to defend better. So we worked very, very hard on structures, key principles, recovery runs, doing the tough job that gives you the top opportunity to win games. And we've been proven right so far. Nate, he's spot on with what he's saying, isn't he?
Yeah, and I think it's a little bit of just common sense here. What was the biggest problem that we had last season under Ange? We were so open. We had no defensive structure. One ball over the top, and it was done for us. So Thomas Frank came in, and I think he said that he watched every single Spurs game from last season. And he came in, and he fixed the structure of Spurs. So doing that alone is one job. Now, the other part to that job is the offense. And mind you, we're 5-6 games in. So it's early days. There's no need to panic. And yeah, the buildup is what it is. But the structure, the defense, we have something very solid. 4 clean sheets, I think that is now. So, I mean, he's completely spot on.
And the only goal we've conceded is a deflected goal. and I heard people saying it, and I'm with it as well. You look at Liverpool this season; they were 2-2 with Bournemouth, and they scored 2 late goals.
Yeah,
they were 2-2 with Newcastle, and scored a late goal. They were who was the third game they played? Arsenal. They got right at the death, and Burnley.
free kick.
And Burnley, they didn't play well at all. Do you see Liverpool fans going nuts that they're sitting there with 12 points? Do they care how the wins come?
They're taking the wins. For me, I'm the same thing. I'm taking the wins.
Yeah, exactly. I've just seen. I mean, look, like we said, the football was poor tonight. It was poor, and we're going to get into it. We'll go through the comments now. But if someone has said to me or you, Nate, after the PSG game, 5 games, 4 wins, 4 clean sheets, 1 goal conceded, 9 scored. All right, it's an own goal, still 9 scored. You're taking it, aren't you?
100%. Like I always say those things like on X about like the next 5 games, how much are you winning? If we did that at the start of the season, to take 4 out of 5, I think we'd all be very happy with that. Very happy with that.
Correct. So right, let's start going through the comments. So Liran, big up to you, Thomas, Frank, Thomas, Frank. Got to do that. And as always, Levy's gone, mate. There's no more Levy out. There's Levy gone. Got a super chat straight away from my man, Michael Hellman. Mate, let's talk about that Tifo. Mate, that Tifo, glimmers of hope that this club has soul. Plus 3, we can forget about this game. Frank will fix us. And this is an actual rebuild. Bergvall, wow. So, Nate, let's break this down. The Tifo, I mean, I've seen so many tweets where they've shown Arsenal's one in the semi-final, which was just that shitty flat. Flags for Spurs or flags for THFC. What an incredible job they did.
Yeah, the Tifo was beautiful. And it was the Tottenham retro badge.
Yep.
Lovely stuff compared to the one down the lane up there. We don't even need to mention the name, but yeah, it's proper stuff, proper Tifo. And I think it really adds to the history and like builds a proper atmosphere for the club. Beautiful stuff there.
Correct. And then you've got, like Michael said, 3 points is 3 points. And people got to remember, we go away to Bodo next, who we know we can get a job at. 6 points out of 6 in the Champions League going into the international break puts us in a great position, doesn't it?
Fantastic position. And I don't want to get ahead. I mean, well, we've done Bodo before, but one game at a time, of course. But yeah, I mean, like I said, yes, the performances have not been pretty, but if we're talking about strictly wins and points, there was a lot of times last season where we would have been like, I would have just killed for that win. How many games last season did we lose by 1 goal? I think we had the most in the Premier League or something like that. So the fact that we're getting these narrow wins right now and we're actually getting these points on the board, like I said, it just shows a lot about how Thomas Frank manages the team. And
then the last part, Bergvall, another great performance.
Oh, Bergvall, man. Wow. This kid is coming alive. Honestly, this guy is a future star, world-class potential. And he obviously didn't start the preseason too well off the injury, of course. But it looks like now he's getting back into the form that we saw last season, which had him be the player of the season for Spurs. So don't forget that either. 100%. So thank you, Michael, for the super chat. Daigle, my brother, do we low-key have one of the best defenses in all of Europe? Another clean sheet, made it look easy. Mike, do you know what? Someone sent me a message today, Nate. I can't remember who. I think it was Jamie O'Hara. Jamie O'Hara that said on TalkSport that he thinks Romero and Van der Ven right now are the best central defensive partnership in the world. And I was like, whoa. I was like, that's... I'm not going to start reading too much into it. It's obviously, they are... Right now, you look at it, we are the joint best Premier League defence with 1 goal. And obviously, 1 clean sheet. If they can... Do you know what? If we can continue, this partnership has got world-class partnership written all over it, hasn't it? 100%. And well, I don't really want to push the narrative, but objectively speaking, the clean sheets, maybe there is a case for right now, but like consistently, I don't think they're the best in the world. But no, I think Ange did them dirty last season, 100%. The Highland was suicide for them. But yeah, I think as Spurs fans, we all know the quality of Van de Ven and Romero. For sure, Van de Ven, I think even within Spurs fan base, Romero is a little bit underrated too. But yeah, world-class Romero for sure, and Van de Ven directing on that pace too.
There we go. Let's go on to my man, Davey. Finally, an average performance, but that's it. This is it. This is it. Finally, an average performance and a clean sheet and 100%. This is exactly it, isn't it? An average performance. We've had so many. Look at Leicester, Everton, Crystal Palace, Ipswich at home. They obviously all ended up in defeats. This could have easily have done any other time. And I'd even mention with Conte and Jose. But this performance, like I said, if we're to talk about the highlights, would be that own goal was funny.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. But the job got done. I think you remember we were 1-0 up from 4 minutes, Nate. So that's 86 minutes of backs to the wall. And last season and previous seasons, if someone had said, do you trust Spurs to keep it locked down for 86 minutes? What would your answer have been?
God, no. No, not even close. Not even close. Like I said, one ball at the top and it would have been done.
Correct.
So, and
Correct.
honestly, I rewatched the second half and I was listening to We Are Tottenham TV and the instant reaction. I think it was being overdone, to be honest. Just rewatching. I recommend everyone to go rewatch the game with no commentary. It wasn't as bad as people were making out to be. Yeah, there wasn't any attacking nonsense, but I don't think the other team even had a shot on goal. Villarreal. I don't even think they had a shot on goal.
Yeah, they had a few that went wide. Pepe, thank God he didn't score. And there are a couple of times where we gave the ball away stupidly. Don't get me wrong, they were wasteful as well, but we stood our ground, clean sheet, and we move on. Curly, big up to you. Yep, exactly. This is it. It's not the greatest of 3 points, but it's 3 points. I said, do you know what? I've come to the point now where I would rather I'd rather win ugly 100 times out of 100 rather than roll the dice and maybe draw or lose, but play great football.
So you're not taking Ange suicide ball anymore?
I won't take it to begin with. Bloody hell! It's just I don't know why it's now. I don't know if it was because of Ange's very attacking football. Whereas now, if you don't completely dominate a team and smash them to pieces, it's not good enough.
Yeah, I think it's just the way that the game's going, to be honest. People just want to see flashiness 24/7, but let's be real, that's not possible. There's going to be games you have to grind it out. I think it's just simple as that. Exactly.
So Alex has done a two-parter here where he said, but we did play. Yeah, there was some sloppy parts, there's no doubt. In the first half, it was so tough. And you know what? I think some of it is, I think we need to get, if Simmons continues on the left, I think he needs Destiny Doji beside him. I really do. I don't think Spence was on it today at all at left back. But coming forward, I think he needs Destiny. What do you reckon, Nate?
But do you think, because I know Thomas Frank was saying, and he made a good point, we just signed Xavi Simmons, and Spence and Xavi Simmons have only played together for 2 games.
Yep.
So do you think it's just a matter of just giving them time to work it out, or do you think that they could never work? I'm the camp to just give it time. I think they're both quality players, but I would rather see Xavi in the middle, of course. But.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. There could be time, but you know what it is with Destiny's left foot. If he's overlapping, he plays that ball. Hopefully, Destiny can get it in straight away rather than checking in, and then Spence can go back to the right. It doesn't mean Spence gets dropped. I'd just like to see a Destiny because Destiny needs his minutes. But that's another discussion. Mate, exactly. Every single day, Curly. Good evening, David. It was good seeing you at the Scotland Yard. It really was. And I will see you on Saturday. I get that. But the left winger, we can't do. In fact, if you had a choice for left winger, if Simmons was going in the centre against Brighton, who would you want at left wing, Nate?
It's Odegaard for me. I've been pushing this Odegaard drum for so long. I don't know. Ange didn't rate him. Frank so far hasn't rated him. Maybe he's a bad trainer. I don't know. But I think Odegaard has all the attributes to be exactly what we need on the left wing. So for me, it would be Odegaard. Would
you if you were picking the team for Brighton, would you play Odegaard left and Simmons in the middle?
Yes, 100%. I don't want to listen. I don't want to see Brennan. I just can't. I can't do it anymore. I love Brennan. I love his happens, but I just can't do it anymore. I can't.
I'm completely with you. Malware is bigging you up. By the way, I'm going to put it in again. I'm going to keep putting it in whilst he's here. He's only here for an hour. There is the link if you want to see more of Nate. He's a top man, and he'll be on this channel a lot more. And obviously, he's got his own channel. Good evening, Mr. Joshua. Big up, Eugene, brother. I hope you're good and well. You're getting a big up from Alex, Mr. The Daglites Unite. Big up, Brian. Not the best. This is it. I'll skip everyone that's saying about 3 points. Thanks for the stream, guys. I'm actually on time for white. Mate, this is my favourite ever Spurs shirt. When I said this shirt, I love Puma and Under Armour are my favourite kit manufacturers. I'd do anything to go back to them. And this shirt just gives me Gareth Bale into Milan vibes. What's your favourite shirt, Nate? Your favourite Spurs shirt?
For me, I mean, it's recency bias, but this beautiful one right here, the black kit, something about this.
Yep.
This one is just beautiful to me. Big shout out to, of course, the green one from the Champions League from 2019 as well.
The Lucas Moura.
The black kit. Of course.
Of course. You get another hi from Davey, a top guy. Mr. Brazil is in the house, Psycho Teacher. I hope you're good and well, buddy. Let's have a look. Tonight's performance was the type of game where the coaching makes all the difference, and we have got a great one. Go on, Nate. You answer that one.
Yeah, I mean, like we said, Thomas Frank, I've been saying this for a while. Like, he raises right now. What he's doing is he's raising the floor. The ceiling will come, but he's raising the floor. And for once, we can look when the camera always pans over to Thomas Frank. We can look and see that he's actually talking to the assistant coaches, tactics board, and everything. Whereas with Ange, and I love Ange. It's not talking anything bad about Ange, of course, but how many times do we see Ange just sitting there, arms crossed, just like that? You know what I mean? Like, you can just tell that Thomas Frank has the ability to change things up consistently.
Yeah, and I just, like you said, you spoke there. I always make sure that the coaching staff gets a lot of plaudits as well, because they are working as a unit. They are seeing it. Like you said, every time you go over on the iPads, on the tablets, taking notes and trying to see things that need fixing. And I just think we have got the dream team. I'm sure that has changed, but please, like Alex said, let's get those likes up. Big up, AK Skeggs. 3 points is 3 points. I always use the saying from Fast and Furious when Dominic Toretto says, "Winning is winning. It doesn't matter if it's by an inch or a mile." And that's the thing. Winning is winning. That's it. Mate, see, people have that team we had in this kit. Do you know one of my favourite players in this kit? Tom Huddleston. Tom Huddleston. I used to love him. I don't know what samurai swords is meaning, Mr.
We're talking about mine.
Cool. Yeah. I've seen people comment on them, actually. I should have realised.
Yeah.
So
yeah, they are.
Go on, tell us about them.
No, yeah, I mean, one of them is fake. The other, I don't think should not show them on screen, but yeah, one of them is real. The bottom one's real. I'm with Team Solanke and Javi Simmons. I'm an anime fan. So one of them's from the Demon Slayer anime.
There you go. Well, you've already picked up one new sub. Let's make sure there's more coming. Malware is a top supporter of all the channels, as a lot of people are. Big up, Jason. Big up. These ugly points is still exactly. King Oasis. Good evening to you, good sir. Like and subscribe. Send Igor a basket of muffins. Only if muffins, I'm not too. Yeah, I don't mind them. The difference is we are earning clean sheets. Last year, clean sheets would be. Do you know what I was trying to work out? Let's have a look. I'm going to check the fixtures last season. Let's have a guess, people. How many games do you reckon it took Tottenham? And I'm going to include Europa League in it as well. How many games do we reckon it took to get to 4 clean sheets? We only got 6 in the league, so I don't know what we did. I can't remember in the League Cup, but all games, Europa League, FA Cup, Carabao Cup. Nate, what are you guessing?
Can I do the month? Because I'm not sure about the amount of games, but
okay, do you know what? Okay, let's do the month. Do you know what? The month is going to be easier. Go on.
Yeah, I'd probably say, because I know there was a couple in the Europa League. I'm probably going to say like January. I'll probably guess January. That might be too far. I don't know. I'm going January.
You're going to go January. Do you know what? I'm going to, let's do this. Wait a minute, let me make sure this is the right season.
I might mess that one up, though, to be honest.
Let's have a look. Where did we start the season last season? Right, let's go. Bloody hell, I've got to go a long way up. 1 sec. Right, we started. It was our first game, like Leicester, weren't it? Okay,
Yeah, Leicester
right.
away.
So there it is. Okay, I'm going to share it on the screen. But before I do it, I'm going to star this comment from Malware. Everyone give us the month of when you reckon we hit 4 goals last season. Just simply, you've got a few more subscribers. Graham's gone 26. My man Graham is here. If let's see, he's gone 26 matches. But let's go through it. I'm going to share it now. I haven't checked this. I've literally got the fixtures up. So let's have a look. Can you see it clearly? Let me just zoom in again. All right. So we got to get to 4 clean sheets. 1, 2. Oh no, that's us losing. 1. So, okay, 2, 3. There you go, 4. It took us to October because of the Europa League. So wait a minute, how many clean sheets have we had? We played 4 games in the league. We played 4 games in the league, haven't we?
Yeah, we've had 3.
All right, let's see how long it took us to get 3 clean sheets in the league without all the cups. So where's Leicester gone? Where's Leicester? Okay, let's get to 3 clean sheets in the league. 1, 2. Oh, here we go. Oh, 3 November.
There you go, Man City, yeah.
So it took us 3 clean sheets in the league till November to get to where we are now. I think the defense has come on big time, and we need to improve. There's no getting away from it. We need to improve, but we're there. We've got a couple more super chats. Where are we? When are we in Budapest? When we are in Budapest in May, we won't remember exactly. When we're in the Europa Champions League final. Damn right, Michael. Damn fucking right. Spot on the money. Listen, there's a lot that today we needed to improve. I've got to get back to where we were, but thank God I starred the comment. Let's get back to where we were. There we are. Let me get rid of malware. So, Managed Beats, I forgot to respond to your message. I will respond to you tonight or tomorrow morning. Yo, Brian chap, Frank laying down good foundations, work in progress. Tough game coming this weekend, a real test. That's the thing as well. He rested players. Obviously, Paulinho came on. Brighton is a massive, massive test, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't even know what the line's going to be for that game. And it's Brighton away, right? I think
we're going to Brighton.
That's probably my least favorite fixture on one of my least favorite fixtures on the calendar for sure. Yeah, thank God. And this is why even like a win like this is so needed. Like I would much rather this than like a high intense scoring game, because we just sat back for most of the game and we just soaked up pressure and we were able to rotate. Now the players hopefully should be relatively fresh, but predicted lineups, I don't even know what that's going to be like for that game.
Yeah,
tough, though.
That will be fun. That'll be fun when it comes to Friday and doing that. We gave goals away for fun last season. Exact, Davey, spot on the money. Look, when Ange came in, everyone said all he needs to do is start playing attacking football and start scoring goals and be entertaining. And for the first 10 games and beyond, it's exactly what he did. Well, Thomas Frank has had to come in and do the opposite, and look at the impact he's had on it. He's literally put us in. Mate, Spence goes on about welcoming new people to the Spence Penitentiary. I think Thomas Frank might have to start building one and start putting whole teams in there, not just players, Nate.
The Thomas Frank Penitentiary, that's what we're calling it.
Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. Alex, okay, there we go. Hit the light, exactly, Curly. Frank is mastering the structure first, then we'll start thriving. Mate, I've got no doubt we'll start scoring goals soon. You got to remember, Solanke's got to come back. Richarlison, I think we're asking too much of him to always play up top. I hope to see Mawani up top. Would you put a Mawani up top on Saturday, Nate?
Yeah, I think I would. Richarlison, I mean, it's tough for me because I think even if go back to last season, like for some reason, strikers in this team don't really get too much service. And we saw what happened with Tell against West Ham, Richarlison as well. It's pretty much what the striker's job is doing right now, is just hold up play and laying it off. So I think Mawani would be a good change up, and he's got to get some game time eventually. So I go with Mawani for sure. Yep.
You're right, Curly. But we definitely deserve to lose against Bournemouth. And the thing I loved, Thomas Frank came out and owned it immediately. Immediately, yep, my fault, my bad. Move on. We were lucky it was just 1-0. We were lucky. Scott, don't you start. Don't you start, buddy. Don't you start. Big up International. 3 points. Bring on Brighton. There's too much over and out, mate. So on. Steady as she goes, and no complaints. Our fans are just. I think they are overthinking. Do you agree, Nate?
Like I said, I'm not as on. Listen, you're the head of the Thomas Frank, the train engine. You're the head of it all. I'm a lot more like middle right now. I've seen this happen under Ange, and that destroyed my spirit. Obviously, it's a different version. We were so attacking and free flowing. So I'm just taking game by game right now, and I'm enjoying it while it lasts because, God forbid, knock on wood, there could be an injury crisis along the way.
It's not going to happen, guys. But we are going to start. We are going to start flying. Trust me, Eugene. To be fair, we did get beat over the top when VDV had a foul. It wasn't a red card. It wasn't a red card, and I'm going to tell you for why, people. That ball, once it went off, was going that way. He was going away from the goal where the ball was with his touch. If he was going straight, it would have been a red card all day long. And if Romero hadn't been there, it weren't a penalty. It was outside the area. The ball, if you go back, was going that way, away from the goal, not straight on. It weren't a red card. And do you know what? Van der Ven took one for the team. He knew he had to do something, and he took one for the team. It weren't a red card for me, and it certainly weren't a penalty. Where were you on it, Nate?
Nah, big ups. I trust your analysis. I don't know. I don't even know I trust your analysis. Yeah, my heart was in my stomach for that one though, for sure.
Yeah.
So,
it was mate.
I was scared.
Absolutely complete as it went through, especially because we gave the ball away so cheaply again. It was just like, oh no, here we go. Just don't do it. I got so annoyed as well because during the Arsenal game, I started saying to myself, please don't win there. So I had a tweet ready to go just saying winning games in big games in Bilbao isn't for every North London club. And I had it in my head all ready to go. And then about 10 minutes later, they scored. I was like, why do I do this to myself? Why do I do it? And then when they were going through, I was like, don't do this to me. Don't give me karma. And thank God they didn't. My man Bryce from Australia is here. I still feel a part of our problem is playing Xavi on the wing rather than in the 10. That midfield may be working, but the creative aspect is, mate, I kind of agree with you there. I want to see, preferably, do you know what? I actually think Bentancur was quite poor today. I think it was quite poor. In part, his passing, which is normally his pivoting and his pirouetting and change of direction was brilliant. But his actual passing, and I don't know if people watched the yesterday, them training in the rain. He had a massive bandage or like tubey grip down on his complete left leg, right, one of his legs. I would want to see a Paulinho, Bergvall, Simmons midfield against Brighton. What about you, Nate?
Paulinho, Bergvall, Simmons. Yeah, I think it'd be. The thing is, though, I think a big problem that I'm seeing right now is the 4-3-3 versus the 4-2-3-1. I much prefer Frank's 4-2-3-1. And yeah, I think if you put a Paulinho in there with a Bergvall and you allow Xavi Simmons to play, I think that gives us Paulinho can be the patroller, clean things up, and then just allow Bergvall and Simmons just to go.
Right, Eugene, I know you're joking, but I swear to God, if you and Scott are already Frank out, then we're going to have a big falling out. We're going to have a big... We're going to need couples therapy to clear it because I just honestly I don't understand it. I do not understand it. Good evening, Daniel. Good evening. Got your email. You got my email. It's all good. Starting to get Solanke's injury, Curly. I don't know where you were when this happened. When he was not in the Bournemouth game, it was Bournemouth before the international break, wasn't it? Yeah. I heard that Solanke was out for 2-3 months. So I tweeted it and said, I heard it's for 2-3 months, worse than first feared. We've got to make a striker priority before Mwani was signed. About 20 minutes after, people started texting or tweeting. About 20 minutes later, Spurs announced, he should be back after the international break. It's just a minor knock. And everyone came for me. Everyone came for me. What are you talking about? You know nothing, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, How many times have you heard from Tottenham Hotspur's medical team that they'll be back at this time, and then it comes out with it was worse than first feared, and then it's after the international break. He's not training. He's nowhere near, and we're still awaiting him. It is definitely. I said 2 to 3 months, and I still stand by it. But Solanke he never got injured, and then he comes to Tottenham.
Yeah, it's the I don't know what it is with this medical team. Wait, is it the same ankle? Do we know that, or
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. But I actually think Solanke in this setup, Kudu, Simon, whatever, I think he does so much better. So much better.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think we would need Solanke a lot right now. I think he'd thrive really well in this setup. Even though Richarlison got off to a hot start, it could have been a purple patch. I think Solanke would thrive a lot more in this setup for sure.
A 2-game purple patch. A 2-game purple patch. Time, if you had to say one completely positive sentence about I thought that bit, I can't wait to see the answer to that one. 2 right-footed players down the exactly. Exactly. This is what I was saying about Destiny. This is exactly what. Big up to you, 3 for all. But again, positives: winning whilst not playing well. But where would you like to see a Destiny just to see the impact it could have if Simmons is on the left?
I mean, yeah, like I said, even though I want to give Spence more time, I think we should try Destiny just to see how it would go. But I don't think it's going to change too much, just because I think for the way Xavi Simmons plays, I just don't even think he's suited for a left wing. I think long term he's a 10. I think his position is a 10, and we need to see him there. I think it's as simple as that.
There we go. Nice win, hard work, and a bit fortunate. Exactly. Very, very well said. JPad, big up to you, buddy. We would have easily lost or at minimum drew last season. Love what Frank has done to tighten up the back so far. The front shall surely gel with a strong and sturdy base to build upon. Nate, take it away.
Yeah, like we've been saying, that this type of game last season would have been either a late conceding heartbreak loss or draw, or we would just got played off the park regardless. Like we've been saying, Thomas Frank is raising the floor of this team. He's adding structure right now, and then the offense will come.
There you go. Yeah, Alex, we spoke about it before. The Tifo was incredible. The Tifo was absolutely incredible. Jerry, big up to you, buddy. Thank you both. Finally, a sensible take on today's match. It's still early in Frank's tenure. For him to get those results so early bodes well. Couldn't agree more, mate. Couldn't agree more. He has to go sort out the defence. And as I always say, and as people say, if you don't concede, you don't lose.
And I just want to say something really quick there. Thomas Frank said in his press conference that that he knows, he's aware of these problems. And he said that the offense, it needs the work. Like the defensive structure is there now. The offense needs work. So Thomas Frank is on it. Like we just have to give it time. Correct.
Scott, you raised a good point here. Is it the same as when we had 28 points out of 30 with Ange? Didn't matter how bad we were, right? Points are points, and we should have. No, that's Scott. It's completely different. It is. I know what you're trying to do here. It's complete. It's completely different. And just come. I've said this before. And just come from a different league, which is a lot easier. Has come in. And do you know what? I keep showing this, and I will continue to show this. I would continue to show this. And I'm going to show it right now because there's no better time to show it. And I will use this photo and this image every single time. When people keep saying about, where is it? Come on, load up. Where is it? Come on. Give me a sec whilst my media just... There it is. My favourite picture. I love this image. Just so people know, this is Thomas Frank's Brentford. Last season, when he had the settled front line that he wanted... Remember, this is Brentford, little old Brentford that can't do anything and can't win anything or do whatever. This is last season. So, I'm going to read this out to you very, very simply. XG per shot. First in the Premier League last season. Shooting accuracy. First in the Premier League last season. Conversion rate. Guess what? First in the Premier League last season. Goals per shot. Guess what? First in the Premier League last season. The only the only other stat where we came last was the average shot distance. Every single other stat, Thomas Frank topped the Premier League last season for little old Brentford. He will get the attack sorted. I have absolutely no qualms about it. He isn't going to come in and all of a sudden wallop. There you go. No one could handle Angie's style of football because no one played it. And then as soon as they cracked it, bang. That's when the defence started having issues. But you can't crack our defence at the moment, can you, Nate?
No, you can't. No, you can't. So what you're trying to say is that once the offense comes, we're winning the league then.
Exactly. Damn right. Winning the quadruple. Oh, here's Scott's. We are set up defensively to be solid and no worries defensively. There you go, Scott. That's this is the thing. And if you are set up strong positively, you don't lose. You don't lose. And we've only lost the one. So here we go. Frank obviously began his work by stabilising the defence. Now it's time to work more on the transitions and creativity. He needs to find a way to play. Correct. I think a lot of it revolves around getting Xavi in the middle as soon as possible, isn't it, Nate?
Yeah, and it's just, like I said, it's just putting Odegaard on the wing. Like we've seen Tell have a go, we've seen Johnson have a go. Now let's see Odegaard have a go at the left wing and see what he can do for at least start for a full game.
All right, and then a guy called Nate. When I was 19, I had acne. Lucas is top tier. A guy, I thought it was you for a minute, then I realised the Chicago Bears. It's the other Nate. I was like, why are you commenting? Yeah, mate. I mean, Lucas is going from strength to strength.
Yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I don't think enough people outside of the Spurs are taking recognition to his talent and what he can become. When you watch him carry the ball, like just the way he carries the ball, it's like he's gliding across the pitch. It's beautiful stuff to see. Even his technical ability for his age, I mean, it's insane. The curl on his ball, the outside of boot stuff, it's just lovely. It's lovely to watch him play.
The only thing that annoyed me with Lucas today was when he took that shot and Kudus was wide open on the right in the second half.
Oh man,
that was the only thing that got on my nerves about Lucas's performance.
That reminds me a lot. Actually, that's a good point that you bring up, because I was thinking when I was rewatching the second half, there was a lot of times where we actually made the right plays and the right passes. It's just that final ball, like where you just have to look and see that the player's open, and then we would have actually had a proper chance. There's been so many times. I think there was another one, even last game of West Ham. Kudus had a shot on goal towards the end of the game, and Paulinho was rushing in for that shot. Yeah, all Kudus had to do was lay it off or leave it for Paulinho, then it would have been probably another goal. It's just like little things that we're missing.
Correct. I have just put Nate's link in the chat again, guys. If you can give him a subscribe, he is a top brand new or newish YouTube channel, and he's a fellow Canadian. I will call him a fellow Canadian because I am going to be going for my citizenship very, very soon. Richard, this is coming from a Brazilian. This is coming from a Brazilian. Richarlison is not Brazilian. Landed in Brazil in a UFO and was brought up here. I don't know what more you can say to that. From a Brazilian.
He's Peruvian.
Mate, do you know what? Eugene, I think they can be addressed. I think addressing it is giving Odegaard a go and Mawani up front.
Yeah. No, like I said.
He sorts out the left wing. Mawani we'll see, but Mawani's surely got to get a game, hasn't he, and get a start.
Yeah. What do you think it is to why Thomas Frank isn't trusting Odegaard? The only thing that I could see is his end product. That's probably it. But I mean,
you know what? He came on against Bournemouth. He came on against Bournemouth. He came on against Burnley, but right at the end. I think he should. I don't know. Does he see him more on the right and maybe playing ahead of Kudus just in case he wants to rotate Kudus? But do you know what? Do you know what I think it is? I think he's waiting for the Doncaster game. I reckon you're going to see a lot of these kind of fringe players go, right, you got 90 minutes. This is where, obviously, it's a lower opposition and they should be performing well. But I think he wants to see them having a much more bigger impact in that game than coming on in the Premier League. But I would rather see Odegaard come on the left than any other player for Simmons going in the centre. I think Odegaard deserves a chance.
What are your thoughts on Mwani on the left? Like, would you do like a Mwani? Are you like in that camp, Mwani on the left, or?
So I checked this out. He's played on the left wing twice in his career.
I also checked that out.
Well, yeah. So he's a left footer that can play there. But is he a good crosser? Is he a good getting past his man? He's only played there twice. But it's like playing him there for the third time. Is that more important to see what he can do there to make sure Simmons is in the centre? Or would you rather him play up front where he has scored goals wherever he goes and then give Odegaard? I think if Simmons goes in that middle, then creativity goes up leaps and bounds immediately.
Yeah. And I don't know what Frank is waiting for, but he needs to pull that trigger against Brighton next weekend for sure.
And I'll tell you what, we were talking about, I forgot to mention before, talking about Van der Ven and whether it was a yellow or red card. Simmons is very, very lucky he didn't get a second yellow.
Yeah, I was watching that back.
Lucky. That was a yellow all day long.
Especially with that ref too. I was waiting for that yellow. I was like, it's coming. But
and you know the thing as well, the big problem, and I'm sure a lot of people will agree as well, the big problem about playing in the Champions League or in Europe is it's the European referees. Whereas England, they let a lot more things go and it's not every single thing's a foul. And we've got to be careful. But Simmons was very, very lucky. Very, very lucky. Daniel, big up to you. It's not always going to be champagne. The proof is in the pudding. Sometimes you need to make it a construction site. I love that version. Exactly. Again, I think going on about it, it's like I said, it's job done. That was it. The aim was to win.
Yeah.
And we wake up tomorrow and we win. Do you know how many times everyone says when we were having a huge possession with Andrew, other managers, people were like, I don't care about possession. The only thing I care about is that score in the top left. That's all that matters. That stat in the top left, and that one will say we won. And there we go. What else we got? Arguably our hardest opponent we've played so far. City don't. Do you know, this is the thing. They are a good team. Villarreal are doing well in Spain. They are a good team.
Yeah, I was saying that too. I was like, I think for the competition that we're going up against, especially with Villarreal, they are a solid. They finished what, 5th last season in La Liga. They're a solid team. Yeah, so I think the way that we played, I'm actually surprised that Villarreal didn't have more chances, to be fair. So I mean, job well done. It's concrete construction work football.
That mate, I love that. Daniel said, I love that. Wait a minute, I'm just checking the Spurs versus Villarreal stats. Let's have a look, because someone said they had more chances than us. I don't think they did. Yeah,
I don't.
We had 9 shots. They had 7. We both had 1 on target. So we had exactly the same. Oh, sorry, we had more chances than them. I think it was Eugene that was saying it. But yeah, we definitely had more chances than them. Where else is there? It's not their fault. I don't know what that comment is about. Where is it? No, they didn't. There it was. No, they didn't. They are a decent team. And you know what? I'd been bigging up Tajon Buchanan, our very own Nate. And you know what? I said he's a player to watch out for. Watch out. He did a couple of bits, but he was very poor tonight, wasn't he?
I literally put out a tweet about this before the game. I was like, I'm excited to see Tajon Buchanan and how he's going to fare against a Premier League side. And I wish I didn't put that tweet up because, I mean, yeah, he flattered to deceive. Like, he had his bits. And with Canada, I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's just the Premier League opposition, the physicality he can't keep up with. But he's also not he's not a weak lad. Like, he's fairly strong. He's fairly strong. So, I mean, yeah, he flattered to deceive. He had like a little bit there, and I thought against Porro actually that he would at least have a little bit more to go for him. But
it's actually why I wanted Spence on the right, Nate. It's actually why I was like, I want Spence on the right.
The exact same thing. Yep.
And he had that one shot that he dragged wide or shot wide. He did a couple of showboating bits where he got past Porro, but then did nothing with it after. But thank God, because knowing us, he probably would have had a world-class game and lost, and then we'd be going like the bloody Buchanan. Yeah, Malware, I can't agree with this more. Paulinho came on and had a big impact in steadying the ship. And this is the thing. What we got to remember as well, we actually have a strong bench now, Nate. It's a squad game. And yes, they did have the impact as in Wallop will get the job done. But those options that we had, they're good for Frank to have, aren't they? To say, right, I can put you on the bench. If I need you, bang, you're there. Yeah, he's mate. I'll put it this way. I'll ask you this question, Nate. If you were Tottenham Hotspur right now in January, would you phone up Bayern Munich and go, right, let's make this deal permanent?
As of right now, man, I'm gonna say no because I like to give things time. And it's still early days, but I mean, if he keeps up this consistent performance by January, then I mean, yeah, I'd be so down for that by then for sure. But as of right now, I'm on camp no.
One way right now, I will pick up the phone tomorrow and say around the training camp as well for the youngsters. I would have him straight away on a 2-year contract immediately. Ange was one way tactically inept. Well said, Daniel. Well said. Wear your bow shirt loud and proud, Brian. That intimate, mate. Do you know what? Just talking about this, not seeing Gareth Bale live is my biggest regret ever as a Spurs fan. And do you know what? I actually think his performance in the home leg was better than the home leg. For me, is one of the greatest one-man performances I've ever seen in my life. Hey, do you remember this game with Inter Milan?
I was not a fan of Spurs back then, unfortunately.
It's a long time ago. It's a long time ago. You've seen the highlights, though, yeah?
Oh, of course. I always go back once I have sort of time, like rewatch old Spurs games so I can better ball knowledge, that sort of thing. But
yeah, Gareth Bale, Inter Milan, the home leg. I've never seen anything like it in my life. He just tore Maicon apart. Thank you for the 2 super stickers from Daniel and Daniel, from the 2 Daniels. And I will say, talking to Daniels, and I'm sorry to bring Daniel's name into it, guys, when it comes to it, is obviously 2 games with Daniel Levy gone, 2 wins, 2 clean sheets. As I've been saying, new chairman bounce. New chairman bounce is a thing, and long may new chairman bounce continue. Next one, Nate, who was your man of the match?
I mean, for me, man of the match, it's between 2 people. It's between Van de Ven and Lucas Bergvall. Because I went for Romero against West Ham as man of the match, I'm going to go for Bergvall this game. He looked like the only one on that pitch that actually had like any creativity about him, to be honest. And every single pass he was doing, like I said, the way he carries the ball, for me, it was Bergvall.
So you went Romero, so you went for Van de Ven. I went for Bergvall versus West Ham, so I'm going for Rafa Van de Ven. I think he was brilliant tonight. But apparently Bergvall won it from UEFA. But I personally think Van de Ven was exceptional tonight and what he had to do, everything he had to do. So yeah, I agree with you, Malware, and so does Nate. Aaron, big up to you. Help me get through. Oh, you're on your night shifts. Always here for you, buddy. It's wishing you better. Take the 3 points, but a horrendous. Yeah, I think the main thing everyone is taking from this is Simmons in the centre. But as Melware said, he did do some good things on the left wing. He did. You saw some of the flair. You saw some of the things he was doing, mainly in the first half. In the first half, I think he was a lot more better and being there. But yeah, he's got to come in the centre, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. And I don't think Spence did him service either, though, playing passes short sometimes. But yeah, you can see what he's trying to do on the left wing. It would come off way better in the center.
Yeah, I have to say as well, talking to this, when we're talking about, I put a poll on Spurs Twitter today because I'm sick and tired of seeing that lineup numerically. And I was like, Spurs, I hope you're watching this, and please, everyone vote. I can't stand it being numeric. It is so confusing. It is so confusing. It's doing my head in. Why can they not just leave things alone? And
I don't even go to Instagram anymore. I just go to like the Foot Mob or something like that and just have a look over there. I don't even check.
Yeah, I went for it today. When the lineups came out, I checked Twitter and then I realised, and now I'm just going to my football app. Let's have a look, Scott M. I would say the opposite. If you don't think everything is amazing and super duper awesome, and that every player, no, Scott, no, I'm not. No. I know where you're coming from, and I get where. And like I said, look at what I'm saying. That's not what I am saying. That is not. And you've known me long enough, Scott. We were poor tonight. We were poor, but we got the job done. There is ways of saying it and coming across, and yeah, there may be people that go way too over the top either way, but what I've been seeing on social media today, it looks like people are actually upset that we won in this manner, and it's like, what are you doing? Not you, Scott. I mean, the Twitterverse and Facebook groups and whatever. It's insane. Simmons is wasted it. Yep, I think we can all say that. Spence had a great insight. Do you know what? Invictus Fox, I think today was Spence's poorest performance of the season. I really, really do. I don't know if it's because he's playing every single minute of every single game. I don't know if we need to put him on the right or let him have a rest. I think Porro needs a rest as well. I just don't want to see it. The wing backs or fullbacks are so important in today's game. Mate, I just don't want to see these two get burnt out. And this is why I think we have to start using Destiny and maybe give Spence and Porro some rotation time and give Destiny some first team minutes. Where are you with it, Nate?
Yeah, Spence has played a lot of football. Same thing with Pedro Porro. I think he played 290s for Spain in the international break.
Yeah.
And then Spence too got called up to England, training with England, and he played a little bit in the last game there. Both of our fullbacks are being ran through like crazy, and Dougie, I think he needs some minutes. Would you play Archie Gray? Would you try Archie Gray at fullback or not? No, okay, fair.
Well, do you know what? Again, maybe Doncaster.
Yeah,
maybe Doncaster. Maybe Doncaster. See what he's got a right back. Then there's options, so he can. Got to remember again with Poch, he had 2 and 2, and he heavily rotated him because he knew the demands of that position. But yeah, that is an option. It is an option. It's not the best option, but it's an option. And I think you're going to see a lot of changes. I think it'll be a very stacked bench against Doncaster, just in case. But I think it'll be a heavily rotated team. Big up,
the only reason why I put that out there is because thank God to the strength of our bench, Archie Gray is not getting minutes, and I think for Archie Gray, he needs to be playing if you want him to develop. So where are you going to find spaces for him? And yeah, I don't think his best position is a fullback. However, at Leeds, he played a lot of time at fullback too. Correct. So if we're ever up a goal or two, maybe not one, but 2 goals, I think why not just throw Archie Gray out there? Just get him some more minutes.
Why not? Abdul, how are you doing, buddy? Like I said, you got to get your ass down to the Scotland Yard again, brother. Hope you are well. People putting too much emphasis on our performance. It was imperative to start off with a win. Fellow Canadian, talking sense. Talking absolute. That was the most. Like I said, if we get this win, who's our game after? In the Champions League, who's our game after Bodo? Let's have a look. Spurs Champions League fixtures. Champions League fixtures. So we got Bodo. Then we are away to Monaco. Then we've got Copenhagen. Technically, if I said to you, Nate, and everyone in the chat, we have obviously the win against Villarreal, who, let's say, they're in the pot above us as well. Then Bodo, then Monaco, then Copenhagen. You're thinking that could be 4 wins.
9 points.
That could be 12, obviously, with the 3 we just
12.
got.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, with the 3, yeah.
That could be 4 wins out of 4. And then the next ones are obviously PSG, then Slavia Prague. Then we could literally have 1 foot in the next round of the Champions League by the time we play PSG.
And this is where Thomas Frank is going to become so important. We just played PSG in the Super Cup. You know damn well that he learned from that game. Yep. I'm not saying that we're going to go there. Is it PSG? It's PSG away, right?
PSG away, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be a tough fixture, but I'm not saying that we're going to go there and play them off the pitch, but I would like to think that Thomas Frank would have learned from the first game against PSG. And hopefully now that we got some signings in the door since then, it could potentially be a different result, but let's see.
Exactly. Like you said, I mean, like we said, that could technically be 4 wins out of 4 and 1 foot in the door before PSG and Dortmund are the big two. And we should beat Dortmund, but PSG, obviously, well, we'll see what happens then. But so I think we had first game jitters since it was a lot. Mate, there were 5 players that played today that made their Champions League debut, and the manager.
Yeah.
And the manager. And do you know what I always say, and I sometimes say, sometimes you got to play the match, not the occasion. Maybe tonight, hearing the Champions League music and all the hullabaloo and everything around it, maybe that had an effect on them today. They're just human. Maybe having 5 players making their Champions League debuts got the win. Big up to you, Guy Thompson, who's top man. Spence is a better attacker. Yeah, this is what we were saying. This is why I think Destiny. And you know what? I think Destiny and Spence could be a good blend.
They should. I want to see them play together. I really do.
Do you know what? I was trying to work this out with Ben from We Are Tottenham TV. I don't think they've actually started together.
No, I don't think so either. No, I don't think they have.
No.
So.
Oh,
Yeah,
actually, I think though they did against Nottingham Forest, but then Spence had to go off. No, Destiny went off. Sapporo came on when we won 5-0. So they've played like 13 minutes or something together. But that's the thing. Savia, mate, I still think he's coming in January. I honestly, I believe he's coming in January. Xavi in the middle, yeah. Davey, we are buying a left winger in January. And I think within the first week. Do you think we're going to get one quick time, Nate?
I mean, if that one man named Levy was still here, then I'd probably say no. But I think hopefully under new ownership and, the thing that the Lewis family are saying, things are going to be different now. I'd like to hope and pray that, we do get a left winger right away in January. But I just worry that it won't be Savino, just because Man City has like a lot of injuries right now, and I don't know if Savino's still injured or not, but I think he's going to be getting a lot.
Manchester United.
Did he? Okay, yeah. So I mean, if he starts playing really well, it's going to be a lot harder for Man City to let him go. So
I agree, but I think that's why I honestly think that's why we didn't buy anyone in January, so we can go full out and buy the right one for Frank.
Are you okay with that?
Yeah, I actually am. Look, put it this way. I keep likening it to when Liverpool signed Van Dijk. They tried to get him all summer. They couldn't. Klopp's come out and said this. They kept saying, we'll get you another defender. And he was like, no. I want Van Dijk. Van Dijk's my guy. Obviously, it was a lot easier Southampton to Liverpool. Man City to Tottenham. And if it is going to be harder. But we've had a lot of people and fans, and I'm one of them, that have said over the years, we've gone and bought cheap, or we've gone and bought a player for the sake of buying it, and it's not the right one for the manager. If Thomas Frank says, I want player, him, Liao, whoever it may be, and if Thomas Frank has said, I can deal with this till January because that's the guy I want, let's face it, if we look at it, we have Simmons who's playing on the left, Odegaard can play on the left, Johnson can play on the left, Tell can play on the left. If Kulusevski comes back rapidly quick, there's 5 players that can play on the left. Now, they might not all be absolutely A1 in that position, but if Thomas Frank can get a team playing and find someone to fill that void till January to get the exact player, wouldn't you do it?
Yeah. And like I said, for me, that's Odegaard. Just let Odegaard play. Let him have a go. He showed, I don't want to make this about Matisse Tell, but he showed far more for me personally than Matisse Tell. And like I said, if you want the dribbling that Kuz kind of gives on the right, I think Odegaard gives the closest thing to that on the left in this squad. Yep.
Well, we're going to have a couple of comments here. Well, Scott said that he's not a bad trainer. He's a bad player. Scott, I'm going to keep saying this. You may think he's a bad player, but we have a manager that's number one thing is developing players and improving them. So hopefully he can improve him. And in Viticus, there is no doubt that he is better than Odegaard. But do you play Xavi on the left because he's better than Odegaard, or is it more important to get Xavi in the centre where he's best and have an Odegaard? Because I would rather, obviously, you and me are agreed, aren't we, Nate? Xavi in the centre, Odegaard on the left.
And it's the same thing with Kudus. Like Thomas Frank could have easily put Kudus in the number 10, but Kudus is clearly far better on the right-hand side. So put Xavi in the middle and then put Odegaard on the left, and there you go. Enough of the square pegs and round holes. I feel like we've been doing this for so many years, way too long. Play players where they're best able to be played.
Exactly. What's the point of attribute when you can't? I don't know which player you're talking about, Daniel. I don't know which player you're talking about. Listen to the other Daniel and smash the like button, everyone. Odegaard has pace, but no, do you know what, Mr. Joshua? I don't know if he need. Yes, we'd love him to be able to finish, but his main job should be there to supply.
Yeah.
His main aim should be to supply. There you go. You've got some love. You've got some love from King Oasis. I appreciate
it so much.
King Oasis, I don't know if you've seen it. I'm going to do it again. I keep pasting it. King Oasis, if you look at the message I've just put in, that is his YouTube channel. Everyone give Nate a massive subscribe. How often do you go live, Nate?
I go live for every single Spurs game on the weekends for the watch-alongs, and then I usually go live once or twice during the week to recap what's happening for news, games, that sort of thing.
There you go. So that's when you can find Nate, and you'll be seeing him a lot more.
And the videos as well.
When I'm back from Toronto, when I'm back from London, and Late Night Lilywhite comes back, you'll be seeing more on Nate for sure. Odegaard, do you know what, Daniel? I don't know if you can call it 35
I'd argue
million.
That was tell.
Yeah, this is it. I mean, I think Frank could do something with Odegaard. But you look at it, this was if we had all this change of structure and everything last season, do I think Spurs would have signed Odegaard? No, I don't. But players sometimes need time to settle, and we'll see what he can do. Brennan needs to go on loan or be sold in January. Take the loss of where are you, Nate?
Not in. Man, see, this is the problem. Like Brennan Johnson is inevitable. People, he can pop up with a goal out of nowhere, but like we all know, Brennan Johnson is the most useless player when he's on the pitch. Man, I would rather him be in the squad and just have him come off the bench, if that. But even now, I'm starting to see when Brennan Johnson comes off the bench, it's almost you kind of know it's like, okay, well, the offense is kind of gone now. Like he's not even showing anything more off the bench either. So I don't want him gone in January, but I think give him the season and let's see if he can prove himself.
I think I would sell him in January. And it's not because I don't like him. It's not. I actually think he's always good for goals. All last season, and it's at the beginning when he was getting the social media hate, I was coming out in huge defense of him. Why I want him gone in January is I want to see not just a change of Spurs getting players in, but also getting them out the door. And if we get a bid in for players that, like Brennan, that are in and out of the squad, and you get, and I think Nottingham Forest are going to come back in with him with Ange. If someone came and said 30 million for Brennan Johnson right now, with 2 years left on his contract, and it was like, right, there's 30 million, Frank, go get what you want. That's what I want to see Spurs do. That's what I want to see Spurs do with fringe players. If bids come in and they're like, right, I can use this money X, Y for whoever, then do it. Then do it, Nate. Now I've said that, how do you feel about that?
I was actually going to pose the question to you. Like, let's say he starts scoring again. Let's say he starts popping up with goals off the bench. Are you still selling him in January?
Yeah.
For 30 million?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I mean, well,
no loan, straight up sell.
I mean, yeah, I would take 30 M's for Brennan Johnson. But if he starts scoring again, then that'd be his third season now where he's either racking up goals or assists. So, man. And
his value is only going to go down from next season on when he's got 2 years left, unless we give him a new contract. So I think if you gave him 30 million, let's just say we sold him, that could go towards, let's just say it was Savinho. And it was like 65, there's 30 of it immediately. I just think Spurs need to show we're selling players now. It hasn't just got to be the big players that then say they want to leave for whatever reason, which won't really happen now with us unless they're proper elite. But I think we've had a huge problem getting good money back for players. We always lose on selling players because we let their contract go down or we don't sell them, and then it gets to the last year and we're like, oh, you go out on loan. So there's got to be a time, but we'll see. In Vizca's, it's not an obsession. Xavi's best position, even he says it, and where he has been most effective throughout his entire career is playing in the 10. He's played a lot. He played a lot for Leipzig on the left last season, but he himself has said the number 10 is his favourite and best position, and that's where Holland play him as well. What about you, Nate?
Yeah, his best position is, you can even see the way that he plays the game. He's not like a direct James Maddison comparison. You can kind of see like the way that they kind of play is similar in style. And you always see that Xavi Simons is always trying to cut inside either way. So it's his position is a 10. Play him as the 10. And on that note, Brent, I do have to run.
You go, brother. You go. Nate, I'm going to put your link to your channel one more time. Have a quick check. Have you got up a few subscribers?
Let me check right now.
Let's have a look. Let's hope he has.
Let's have a look. Big ups to you guys, by the way. We are sitting at, we've gone up like, I think at least 10 here.
Fantastic
stuff.
Fantastic.
You guys so much.
Well, Nate, it's been a pleasure having you, buddy. We'll speak very soon.
Yes, thank you so much.
No worries.
Of course, Thomas, Frank. Thomas, Frank.
Well done, Nate. Well said, sir. Well said. Big up to you, buddy. Right, people. And then there were one of us. So let's start rattling through this, because I've realised we've been going for an hour and I'm only 16 minutes through the comments. So I'm going to rattle through these and try and get nearer to where we were. So anyone that's saying about Xavi 10 and stuff like we've gone over and over, I'll leave out just because we've gone over it. I'm a little worried for Porro. He's this come out. This is what I've been saying the whole time. Last season, we just overplayed him and then his form dipped. And that's when Spence came in, when Destiny was back. I get very concerned about this. And I would love him to start a game on the bench. I really would. Just so he gets a bit of rest and comes in. We have to keep this team fit. We have to keep this team strong and hungry. And against players that are going to run in behind and everything, I think we need Spence at right back. I really, really do. Unless we go back three, then Porro all day long. That's my favourite kit. Also, mate, this kit is incredible. This kit. The guy on the right could Man U when they lost it. Mate, Nate is a top man. Top man. And did what Potter is doing at West Ham. Yup. Nate, I don't know who that is, but I'll take your word from it. My man Graham, I don't know if he's still here because I've gone so far, but love this man with all my heart. Can't wait to see him next week. Lads, we're big up, Tim. Lads, we are back in the Champions League and we've got 3 points and a clean sheet. Bang on the money. Right, where are we? Brandon, big up to you. Mate, I don't know if people heard it and I can't play it because we'll get a copyright. Or will I? It's We Are Tottenham TV. I'm not risking it. On We Are Tottenham TV, they've got a short of the new Xavi Simons song. I don't know the tune it's to, as in what song it is, but I fucking love it. I don't know if people have heard it. Question, and I know it will be labelled negative, but just saying, the ceiling will be raised. Can we have some more substance? So that was Nate saying, obviously, the ceiling will be raised. Scott, you know my feelings on Thomas Frank and what he's done and what he's achieved at Brentford. You have seen in certain games, I think we've seen a bit of everything in games. Against Burnley, we were more offensive and Kudus was running riot. Yes, it was only Burnley, but Burnley, those games we lost. Manchester City, we saw the great pressing. And the main thing is, like I said, going into these games right now, and I know I can vouch for every single one of the 109 people who are watching right now. Every time we got a free kick given against us in the last 2 years, we're like, oh, here we go. It's a goal. Here we go. It's coming. You know what's happening, whether it be a corner, free kick, whatever. And when it became a corner or free kick for us, we're like, it's hitting the wall. It's hitting the first man. Let's do it. I'm not worried about set pieces in the slightest anymore. I'm actually quite happy when we get set pieces because I think we're going to get something from it. I actually think there's a lot of improvement. And like we said, it has only been 5 games. I know what you were saying with Ange for 10 games. I get that. But there is substance behind Thomas Frank. I still don't think, you got to remember as well, Ange Postecoglou, before pre-season started, he had Vicario, he had Maddison, he had, I can't remember who else. He obviously got Van der Ven right near the end. We didn't even get our full squad in until deadline day. I think he needs time with this team. And then once he's got everyone pairing, we'll be absolutely fine. I think we'll be absolutely fine. Where are we? He plays as 10, but we have Bergvall could play in the 8 in Viticus. Bergvall could play that. Sar's been playing in the 10 as well. Sar, Bergvall, Simmons night and day is the best number 10 at this football club. Baby cakes, you just don't know. No. How are you, darling? I hope you're good. What do I think of Xavi? I think he's brilliant. Well done, brother. We've got the bad habits will go eventually. We're only 5. There we go. From Daniel. This is why I just can't. I just cannot believe why we're being, or why this is being. Why we're 5 games into this. And as I kept saying, if people have said 4 games, 5 games, 4 wins, 4 clean sheets, 1 goal conceded, I think everyone takes that. We have to be careful. Do you know what? I think Brighton is a massive. I actually think it's a bigger test than Man City. Last season, we go to Manchester City, we win 4-0. We know our record against Manchester City. Last season against Brighton, we're 2-0 up at half time. We lost 3-2, and we had a manager saying I didn't make subs because it wouldn't have made a difference, and we didn't deserve to win. I think he takes the rest of this week is focused on Brighton. He knows the defence has been sorted and structured. Now he works on the offense. Now he works on the attack. And maybe he does some jiggling about. But this will be a big test, and he'll take from what he learned from Bournemouth as well. And I think we win. On Saturday. Let's see where we're going. I will do, Leighton. I will do. No shots on target, no attacking threat in the final third, loads of wayward passes, but we still won. Exactly. Wraps it up perfectly. We're not going to win every single game by playing brilliant football and blowing teams away. We'll probably lose some games doing that. But there's going to be some bad games where we don't perform. And we need to get the win. And we did. It's oh my God, I've only just got there. My God. I thought, I think, agreed with you. Another one that subscribed to Nate, brilliant. Scott, it doesn't really matter what anyone actually says because it doesn't matter anyone actually. Let's have a look. Where are we? 4 goals against City. There we go. What are you? Scott, agree, and I'm usually overly positive, as you know. Just see warning signs for long term. I think people that are looking at things, he hasn't had his full team out. When that first 11 is out and he knows the first 11, and whether he decides 4-2-3-1 is the main formation, or he thinks 4-3-3 or 3-5-2, once that team can get played, once Simmons can go centre, once Mawani is focused up front, I think it's completely different. I think we're completely different. Let's have a look. Stop cooking, Ange. Everyone knows he was shy from. Mate, listen, people, what's happening, Kamal, is I don't want to talk Ange at all normally. I just don't want to talk, but obviously we're comparing the starts. There's going to be times to talk about Ange and compare, like there would be to Conte, Pochettino, blah blah blah. I don't have the conversation anymore. Was it the right thing to do? Yada yada yada. But there are, when you're looking at the starts of the season, you can see how it's compared. But I'm delighted with Frank. Big up Singularity. Big up. Let's have a look where we are. Let's catch up. There's a load of ats. Yeah, I mean, I keep hearing he's going to be back Christmas, New Year. He is another string to the bow. He's another string to the bow. Yeah, mate, that's another one. That's another one, Kamal. Richie Kango left. Richie Kango left like he did in Europe last season. I think we just need to see Simmons in the middle. I would start Mawani against Brighton, as Brighton know. Davey, I would, but Davey, where are you starting him? I want to see him up front. There you go. The Thomas Frankuera. I might be using that, Mr. Joshua. Mr. Brett Lowry, how are you, sir, all the way in Australia? I hope you're good and well, buddy, and the family. Here we go. Malwell, I'm glad you mentioned this. I don't think he's overhyped. Apart from the flicks of buyout, I do want to discuss this. I'm happy you brought this up. I think he holds on to the ball too much and makes a cut. This is what I've been... Against Burnley and Manchester City, he was breathtaking. Absolutely breathtaking. And you know what? Against West Ham, I think he played extremely well as well. But the Bournemouth game and this game, I don't know, it's because of the lack of creativity. People were doubling. He sometimes passes when he should shoot and shoot when he should pass. And he did seem to just hold on to... Sometimes these tricks and flicks work. And he has looked dangerous. In the first half, he looked quite dangerous running. He's coming onto the left as well. But I think with our lack of creativity, centrally, he's trying to do too much. This is another reason why, again, I say Simmons coming into the middle. I don't think he's been overhyped. I just think he's got to work on his decision-making and passing. I really do. Like, he put in that wicked cross for Richarlison, who was doing it like the Superman when he almost hit it with his arm and missed his head. But I think we need to support Kudus with the creativity. And when he's coming in, if he had a Simmons to 1-2 it with or movement to go around, I think it could be devastating. But I do get where you're coming. I do get where you're coming from. Davey, there you go. This season, Thomas is fixing the mess of past managers. Agreed. Mawani played 22 minutes. He looked absolutely knackered halfway through. Do you know what, Jason? He came on and he probably got the quickest yellow card. He got booked straight away, didn't he? But I think But again, I think he's got another few days with him now, Jason. I get what you're saying. But Richarlison played up top and he didn't really get a look in, did he? Is that the service? Is that his movement? I just think we need something different. Big up to Sonam, a new name that I haven't seen. Big up to you. Thank you for the super chat, my man. Or woman. I don't know if that's a man or a lady's name. Bad game with points. I'll take it. I'll take it once we get points with good games too. Solid back on. Love from Jersey. You're in the States. Love to you as well, Sonam. Big up to you. I completely agree. With every single word you said. It's all about building. And mate, you are absolutely spot on. Where were we? In the chat? Where was I? Oh, yeah, it was up to date. Oh, yeah, we just done Mawani from Jason. Mr. 57 screens. How are we doing? Not the best game I've seen, but I'll take the result. That's it. It's exactly it, buddy. There she is again. Baby cakes. I hope you are good, darling. The issue, again, is creativity and chance creation in open. This part, I agree with you, Scott. This part, I completely agree with you. I think we got the players to do it. I really do. It's like I said, I would start I would start the Brighton game, Paulinho, Bergvall, Simmons as the midfield three. I really, really would. Frank in, all aboard the front. Damn right. Damn right. Taking it game by game, Josh. Mate, it's what we got to do. I want to sound like Thomas Frank. I want to sound. We're taking it game by game. We'll take it step by step. Do I trust Thomas Frank? Do we trust Thomas Frank to say, do you know what? I need to work on this. Let's get it done. I certainly do. I certainly do. I'm fantastic. Thank you very much. Looking forward to coming home now, or leaving home to go home. And I cannot wait Sunday. And people will know I get to see my nephews and niece, who my wife is my heartbeat, but they are my oxygen. And I cannot wait to see them. Where are we? Mr. Rick Kane, how are we doing, buddy? I hope you're good and well. Another 3 points. Do you know what, mate? It's getting boring now, all this winning, isn't it? 4 out of 5. It's really boring, all this winning, really disappointing. Benton Malware, I think his movement was good. I think the way he can change direction. Do you like my change direction there? Is great, but his passing in that second half, a lot of the sloppy passing was coming from him. A lot of it. But I still think it's a good player. And do you know what? Heard it again last week, didn't we? I think it was the 4th or 5th time since March. Signing his contract is moments away. Moments away. And here we are again with absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. I genuinely, I don't know what's going on with this contract. I don't know if he hasn't signed it because maybe he's seen a move. I don't know if Tottenham are thinking, do you know what, maybe we're moving out in January and bring someone else in. I don't know where we are with Bentancur right now, because we've heard it so many times that he's signing a contract imminently, as it advancing. It's like buzzword bingo contracts. Singing, shouldn't you be? Oh my God, mate, the songs. I mean, even in the Scotland Yard, the boos and the noise that came out the Scotland Yard when he was as Davey will mention, it was vile person. Passing was awful today. No, it wasn't just Bentancur. It was a lot of them, but Bentancur, when he was trying to break the lines, it was just sloppy. And with Bentancur and his passing, I expect a lot better. That's not forgiving all the other players, but it was a concern for me today. Let's have a look. Yeah, sloppy. Yeah, it was. There's no getting away from it. Kudus has more flair and fun. Kudus, look, I think he's a great player. I think he will be a great player for us, but he needs support with the creativity. It can't just be him that could take his man on and deliver. It's all right then. Let's have. Oh no, don't. Yeah, let's not. He's not Frank out. I think I wouldn't say he's Frank out. I don't. If anyone is Frank out, I would honestly say I just don't understand what he's done. When Kulu is back, he can give. Yeah, do you know the thing is, Laurent, I don't like. I mean, obviously there is the option of him doing it, but I think Kulusevski on the right is so predictable. It's so predictable. I mean, apart from when he first came with Sonny and Kane, he was electric. The offensive issues will take time. He has said it before. His defensive principle, exactly. And do you know what? The coaching staff will get there. Hello, sir. Hello from Calgary, which is exactly where I should have asked Nate for you. Exactly, buddy. We got the job done. I will WhatsApp Nate later on, and I'll find out for you. Where are Activon? Message me. I don't know if you're going to be in Vancouver or Calgary for the Brighton game. I hope you're having a good time over here on this side of the pond. Sherman, big up, brother. And half of the issues are the players' individual decisions, and not the difficulty of learning Frank's way. That's you know what? It is individual errors. You're right. Frank's still learning about the players and probably knows he needs to 100%. This is the thing. If you look at it, he hasn't had Solanke. who I do, and I'm going to keep saying this, I do think Solanke scores goals in this team. I really do. Whether he can stay fit is another thing entirely. But I honestly do think the service is hold up. I think he scores goals in this team. I don't know how long he's still going to be out for. But also we've got Moani. We can't keep doing Richarlison. We can't. Good evening, Soccer 10.9. Good evening, Florida. Do you think is that going to be Solanke's? Gets back right after well, he was meant to be this international break, but he's not. I think that's more realistic. Soccer 10.9. I think that is a lot more realistic. I don't know why everyone's being so defensive. I saw you sent me a message, Eugene. Let me have a quick look at it. Okay, yeah, no. I see. This is the thing. This is where we got to be careful with it. There are people that say I can see this being a problem, and there are people that will be like, "No, the football's bad. I don't like it. Whatever." I understand where you are coming from, Eugene. I understand where you are coming from, but like I said, I've got every. Funny enough, you know better than most. I have quite a little bit of faith and confidence in Thomas Frank to get it right, and he will. And hopefully against Brighton, I think we win, but hopefully it's a convincing win, and we play absolutely superbly. And then it'll be like, well, there you go. That's one way of doing it. You can only beat what's in front of you, and as long as we keep doing it, happy goddamn days. Big up to you, Ethan. Big up to you. Where are I? That's people talking to Scott and whatever. Where are we? I like the Destiny and Johnson off the bench when the defense. I want Destiny to start the next game. I really, really do. With Matoma and what's his name on the other wing, I think we need, and I want to see if Xavi is playing left, then I definitely want to see Destiny playing alongside him. Big up to you, Adrian. I hope you're good and well, buddy. I hope you're good and well. I'm sure you went to the match tonight. Joe, the people that paid £27 rather than the 96, you had a touch. One second, that's people speaking again. My God, this whole Frank debate. How do you think we will do once Bergvall's Soccer 10.9? If Simmons is the 10, Simons. The people saying, is he a left winger? Is he a 10? Is it Simmons? Is it Simons? Xavi. I've got to program my head to keep saying Xavi. I think Bergvall's a better number 8. I really, really do. Bergvall has looked good the last couple of games, not going to lie. We played like 2 high pressing 8. But I want to see Simmons, Xavi, of course, Xavi, as soon as possible. And then I think we see a lot different from Tottenham. If you don't concede, you don't lose. Is that... Mate, they went out on penalties tonight, didn't they? They are in a world of pain. They are... Why is my phone just flashed? Sorry. Oh, because it's fully charged. They are in a world of pain right now, Aston Villa. I can't believe what they're going through. Where are we? Is Sarr our most accurate shot taker? Mate, he almost scored as well, didn't he? It was a good save by the keeper. But he looked like he was driving, trying to get that goal. We just struggled to get that fight. Joe, it's like someone said it before. I don't know who it was again. The decision making. Some of the final balls, even in the second half when we got forward, it's just that fight, the weight of pass sometimes, or whatever it may be. But it'll come. It'll come. Why do you guys? This is what we do. Soccer 10.9. We hear that it was worse than first feared. He'll be back soon. I think he'll be back after the next international break. And you know what? I'll be happy to see him. Because I say again, I've said it before, I think he scores goals. I honestly do. I'm not saying he's going to smash it and get in the 20s or whatever, but I think he could be very valuable until January with what we got. Kindly spoke big time. Do you think Frank showed his tactical nous? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. The game, as we were saying before, Adrian, I don't know how long you've been here. Obviously, I've just started seeing your comments. was his first Champions League game. He had 5 Champions League debutants. I think the occasion may have got to them a bit. He picked the winning side, didn't he? Could he have made some other changes? Could he have made the subs early? Could he have changed the format or played a different formation? Maybe. But like we said, I don't know if you were here. The first 4 Champions League games we've got that one done. We've then got Bodo, Monaco, and Copenhagen before we play PSG, Slavia Prague, and then Dortmund at home. By the time we get to Copenhagen, by the time we get to Paris Saint-Germain, we could and should be on 12 points and pretty much 1 foot into the next round. It was vital to get off to a winning start, and we did. I saw We Are Tottenham TV had it. I'm not going to put it on because I think we'll get copyrighted. Not by We Are. Actually, will I? I'm not risking it. I'm not risking it because I don't want to Ben Kaufman rant. But yeah, I do. I don't know what Soccer 10 point out. I don't know what the tune is behind it, but I love the lyrics because there's a lot of la 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 or humming kind of. I don't know what that tune is from. I don't know what that tune is from, but I love the song. I love the song so very much. It'll be a banger. I'll be singing it next Saturday against Wolves. Mate, Keith, I wouldn't go that. I wouldn't go that far. Where are we? That was for Nate. He's got. I know it's Kudu's son, and I can't remember the other one. He may have put it in. He may have put it in the chat as we go down. Oh, mate, the Kudu's the Simmons chant is brilliant. And do you know what? How football fans come up with these so quickly is incredible. Oh, mate, big time. And do you know what? I don't know if people have seen when Romero and Frank are going down the touchline. There is a proper bromance with Romero and Frank. There is a proper bromance going on with them right now. There really is. And long may it continue. Long may it continue. It will only carry on building. Yep, they not FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Alex. Carabao Cup. The top Ange's history, Frank is the future, and damn right, the future is very, very bright with him. Oh, Scott. He's not being overrated, buddy. He is not being overrated. He is coming on leaps and bounds. The last 2 performances, he's had a man of the match for me in the West Ham game, and he was man of the match for UEFA tonight. He's not overrated. People are starting to think big about him. He's doing it. He's performing on the pitch. How do you think we will fare now until Solanke won't be back until the end of the international break? I want to see Mawani, mate. I want to see Mawani. I really want to see Kolo Mawani at number 9, and we'll go from there. We'll go from there. Where are we? Let's see where we are. Let's see. God, Scott M is really in the talkative mood today. I'm just going. I don't see how people are saying, Odebear sucks. Why is that? He doesn't suck. He doesn't suck, Scott. You may not like him as a player. He may not be right now the standard we need, and he's not getting the minutes, but I think he's better than you're making out. I think he can offer us something, and it's what time on the training pitch will decide. But this is the thing. We've got him till... This is the team we've got till January. I think Odebear deserves a chance. I think we could... I think we can... maybe push for top 8 if we play our best team against Dortmund PSG with maybe... Yeah, mate, I think we beat Borussia Dortmund. What we do in Paris is another thing. Is another thing. He's never had a good game for us. Isn't rated by our managers. Isn't sought after. Okay, so He's had about 4 games for us, or 5. Had a lot of injuries. Frank said in pre-season he can see something in him. He just obviously he hasn't been given the chance yet. I think he deserves a chance. But mate, I'm not. So before I say this, Scott, don't go. Gareth Bale took 24 games to win a game at Spurs. Yes, he was young. No, was he younger? Yeah, he was a little bit younger. But there are players that come in that don't get off to the best starts. Thierry Henry didn't get off to the best starts at Arsenal. Other players I can mention. I'm not comparing Odegaard to these players, but sometimes it takes them a year and a half to settle in. So I'm not willing to say he's useless, he's bad. Managers don't trust. Mate, people didn't trust Jed Spence. We've had 3 managers not trust Jed Spence. And now look. So I wouldn't go. I'm not where you are, Scott, for Odegaard, but each to their own. Fun fact: we haven't had 4 clean sheets in 5 and 1 goal. No, apparently we've. Oh wait a minute, 4 in 5. Yeah. I was looking at 3 and 4, and it was Antonio Conte time. We had the 1-0 wins back to back, didn't we? With Nuno, you're right. But there was a time apparently where we conceded 1 goal in 4 games. You're talking about clean sheets. Yeah, you're right. So we were speaking before you came, Soccer 10.9. He has played 2 games on the wing in his career. 2 games. So there you go. Joe, I'm going to do. I know I'm so far. I'm going to have a moment where I go down to the bottom because I am so far behind the comments. So I'm trying to catch up. So let's go down to the bottom. Jesus Christ. Because now I've been having conversations with you and you've probably still been talking about it. And right, let's just check everything. Right, I'm going to start now from... let's start. What is the time now? 10:37. Right, it's 10:37. I'm going to start the comments from 10:30. Let's have a look from 10:30. Here we go. So, Lord Rodney Trotter's in here. Lord Rodney Trotter. Dipstick is in here. So, Kulu needs to be sold as soon as he's back and healthy. He offers nothing. Joe, like I was saying with Johnson, do I think Kulusevski could get us a big clout of money? Yes. Do I think he could be someone that could make way? Maybe. Could he certainly come in and bring something to Tottenham straight away when he comes back, when he's fit and ready? Absolutely. I actually think he could play on the left as well. I'd actually like to see him giving a goal on the left with his left foot. I would actually love to see it. Remix Alex. Are you going to watch the Yeah, mate. I'm watching it in the Scotland Yard as always. I'm watching it in the Scotland Yard, but I'll be leaving pretty soon after the full-time whistle to get back to spend 4 hours with my wife, who's currently in San Antonio. And then I'm going to be in London for 5 weeks. So I will be, if you're into, I don't know if you're based in Toronto or will be in Toronto, Remix Alex, I will be at the Scotland Yard. Especially Kulu mindset. He will be hungry. Yeah, that's one thing he will do. And do you know what? When he comes back and he starts the season, he has the first 2-3 months where he's unplayable at times. Absolutely unplayable at times. Daigle, is that your foot? I don't know. I don't know. At the moment, I'm feeling okay. We're only got 1 hour 40. You mentioned yawning. Woo-hoo. Mate, I was up at 4 o'clock in the morning this morning. And then I how long did I go back to? I think I got back to sleep at 7 a.m. till 7:33. I woke up. So sleep again is sleep. If people, as Lord Rodney Trotter will know, as Del Boy used to say in one episode, sleeping's for wimps, apparently. As Del Boy said. Let's have a look. Now, Scott just wants to go on a debate, Ryan, and everyone. Listen, Scott has his ways, and he's very, very opinionated. He's very, very blunt. Like I said, I don't agree with him all the time, and today, not a lot at all. But he has his opinions, and he seems to be tonight. Go, listen, it's what he feels. It's what he says. I can't agree with him on a lot of the things he's saying tonight. But I love him dearly. I love that man dearly. He's getting what he can at this moment. Where are we? So you two are having a real good chat. The Xavi is to the tune of. Oh, is that the tune? Thank you, Curly. I'm gonna have to check that out. I'm gonna have. See, this is the thing. How did Tottenham Hotspur fans sit down and go, do you remember that Dean Martin song, Sway Me Now? I don't know how they do it. But so be it. So did he actually? So he did actually something regardless of circumstances. Okay, so you're having a conversation. Let's have a look. Okay, Michael Bublé's that. Okay, that's where Spurs fans probably found it. That's probably where Spurs fans found it. Bergvall is amazing. Fun fact, Thomas Frank had to replace Neil Maupay, 33 goals and assists, and they scored 10% more goals the following year and got... So what he does, he loses players and he reshapes it, and that's what I think he's doing. That's what he's... what's he said? Scott M ain't having Ange. Yeah, he doesn't like Ange. Mate, he's not overrated. It's not a silly comment. Scott, that's not... Well, I'm going to go back to it. He is amazing. For a 19-year-old player and what he's doing, he is a proper talent. I don't think that's a silly comment at all, Scott. I really don't. Each to your own, and if you feel that way, you feel that way. But I think that guy's going from strength to strength, and we have an absolute talent on our hand. Odegaard is our only true left winger. Odegaard will be playing against Brighton. Kamal, I hope so. I I agree with you, Campy. I completely agree with you there. Scott M to Daigle Tom. Yeah, listen. Scott, I love him, dear. I do. Bergvall 19, getting Player of the Match awards in his Champions League debut. People seem to forget how good he is. Remember that guy? I think. Listen, Scott. I think. But yeah, see, I think Scott. Like I said, that's your opinion, which you're entitled to. But I'm definitely on the. He's not overrated at all. Big up to you and welcome to the chat. We are a few games into a new project. Of course, we don't look perfect, but it's a bingo, bango, bongo, if that's the saying. I'm having that all day, John. All day, well said. Brian, as of now, where do Spurs finish in the league? I reckon 6th or 5th. Because I think we just get better and better. Obviously, we're going to lose games this season. I'm not stupid enough to say we're not. But I reckon there is a chance for 5th or 6th. And then we see what we do in January. But it also depends, obviously, how far... Thomas Frank, like we all know, is juggling 4 competitions, or hopefully in January will still be juggling 4 competitions for the first time in his career. And it's how he goes about that. I said, Jack, basically, I said, whether Ange was here or not, I thought 8th. And try and win the FA Cup. Then we got rid of Ange, and then we got my man Thomas Frank in and his coaching staff. Then Kudus came. Then we thought, then the stuff started building, and I said, right, 6th, the FA Cup and get out the Champions League stage. And I stand by that. I want the FA Cup back big time. Is someone making clickbait? Still bleeding in Xavi. Randall Colomwani just seen his first minutes. Bergvall has now established himself in Frank's 11. Makes me optimistic. The lack of wing options on both sides brings me back. That Ethan. When Kulusevski's back, you got a right wing with Kudus. You do have Johnson, who I think is better on the right than he is on the left. And then on the left, you got a host of players. And I think Ethan, January, the left winger's in within the first week. I honestly, and it will be a big signing. It won't just be a left winger for the sake of the left winger. And again, if we could sort out that midfield and get Simmons playing through Xavi playing through the middle, then I think will be fine. We just need his we just need that creative spark in the middle. But I'm not too concerned about the wingers right now. There are options. They're not all the best, but I do think we can deal with it. Is it too much to ask that Odegaard actually shows us something before he should be a Premier League starter? Well, mate, they do this with youngsters. There's other teams that I do understand where you're coming on this one. I think I would like to see Odegaard start against Brighton. I think he definitely starts against Doncaster. But this is the thing, Scott. If he does well against Doncaster, everyone will go, well, it's only Doncaster. What do you expect? What do you expect? He should be doing well. And then he'd be like, well, does he deserve a start because he played well? You know what I mean? There's a argument for both sides. But seeing that what we've got on the left right now, Johnson, when he's forget Simmons, who's played that side, Xavi needs to play in the centre. People don't want to see Tell there. People don't want to see Johnson there. People don't want to see Richarlison there, which I wouldn't be opposed to because I think he's done okay coming off the left. The only one is Odegaard. So when you do this, and then Scott, if we have seen Xavi on the left, you don't like Sarr. You don't think Bergvall is there. I mean, what can we do? Seriously, Scott, what can we do? I would rather see Odegaard, see what he can do. But if it was wait till Doncaster, I'm fine with that. But this is the thing we've got. Bergvall today was unreal. I don't understand. Listen, I think we've seen that a majority of us think Bergvall had a very, very good game today and believe that he's going to go on to great things. What can I say? What facts? You said Bergvall is overrated. You're saying Odegaard. Okay, so here we go. Right, let's try and get past this. Spurs Patriots is in the building. Big up to you, but I probably missed loads of people in the stuff that I commented down on. So if I hadn't brought up your comment before, put Scott M in the chat penalty box. Mate, Citrus will never worry, mate. All that matters is you're here now. It's not a proper late night Lilywhite. If Brighton, mate, it becomes. And do you know what it is? And I don't mean this with Nate there and each getting into a discussion. Well, I mean, I'm bad when I do it by myself. Well, but I hope people enjoyed having Nate on because Nate is a great guy. I do want to try and get more people coming on and joining me, but we're going to try and do it through the comments. I might have to break this down into categories. Like we'll chat about one thing, and we'll all chat about that, and then another thing, and we'll chat about that. So it doesn't go up and down and all around the houses. But you're right. It's become kind of a tradition, hasn't it? Maybe what I should do is for the first hour, just go live and then just disappear, have some dinner, do stuff. You'll write your comments, then I'll come in and do it. I'll be honest. I got to agree with Scott on this one. Besides that, listen, I can understand this, Dan. I get where Scott's coming with this. But then when do you give him a game? And then, like I said, if he does well against Doncaster, let's just say he does well against Doncaster as a man of the match performance. Not saying you and Scott, I mean, the whole Spurs fan base, or a majority of them, would go, well, he should be doing well. It's Doncaster. What? I'll be worried if he wasn't. And they're like, okay, so he's done well there. Would you start him in the next game? Well, no, because it's a Premier League. Players come. The only way he's going to get game time and improve is getting minutes. But like I said, I understand this argument. I can see both sides of it. But I think he needs to. I think he against Brighton he could do some damage. Like I said, look, Dan and Scott, he could play. He could technically play against Brighton and have a great game. Technically, but on the other side of the coin, he could go on and be absolutely woeful. But we've seen at the left at the moment, if we want to get who we think is our main creative spark playing in the centre, then I would sacrifice. I think the biggest question is, do you want Simmons playing out wide and then a Sarr and a Bergvall playing as a 10, whoever it may be, who have been playing there, but it's not their natural position? Or would you rather put Simmons, who is a baller in that position, and put someone on the left wing. The left wing may lose a bit of spark because Xavi has moved into the centre. It's a tough one. I don't. Do you know what? I can see them trying to go for him. I don't know if he'd go. I don't know if West Ham could pay him. Yeah. So big up, Jack. Big up, Jack. Exactly. This is good. It's good to see you in the chat as well, brother. We'll catch up this week on the phone. Winning games from not playing well. That's it. No, Daniel. Oh my God, it's already. I'm gonna have to shave again before I go back to England. Let's have a look what else we got. Sorry for the misspell. Mate, do you know what? I'm amazed it even spelt my name or something that resembles my name. That's what Speak to Text spells my name as. Diego. Okay. You learn something new every day. Right, let's see where else we are. There you go. Did he say that when he was calling himself a yuppie? That's exactly what he did. It's when he's holding his Filofax. It is that one with the I forgot what was the episode called when he falls through the bar? Yuppie Love is the Yuppie Love is the doorbell one, isn't it? Or is it whatever? No, it is Yuppie Love. It is Yuppie Love. You're right. It's exactly what it was. Wanted us to lose to the Saints to get Ange sacked. Doesn't matter who's in charge. You never want Spurs. Correct. No, honestly, where are we? Is it football or soccer, Scott? Oh dear. Right, where are we? Bergvall is good, but needs a lot more. I understand that. I think he's better than good. I mean, this is the thing. People will use words and how they want it. I don't think he's overrated at all. I think he is an extraordinary talent. I think he's going to go very, very far. I think like Eugene said, in 2 years, he's going to be one of the first names on the team sheet for us. I think he is a big, big part of Tottenham's future. And he is the games we've seen him in the last 2. He's been man of the match for me in 1 and the second best player on the pitch tonight. Although UEFA thought he was man of the match. What can a guy do apart from keep on putting in performances like that? We make things based on name and syllable. Big up Luke Donnarumma. Yeah, I just think it's brilliant. I mean, I still think to this very day how Spurs fans made Christian Eriksen's song from Agadoo. I think that is absolute genius. Absolute genius. Odegaard doesn't exist, does it? It's still going on about Odegaard. Jesus Christ. Bergvall is developing. Harry Kane has to go out and loan. Yeah, this is. Can you imagine Madders? Well, put it this way. Well, this is the thing. If Madders was there and Xavi did sign, then what would you do? Simmons would obviously, Xavi, I would imagine, would start on the left to begin with, but then you've got that creativity, and Maddison would find him a lot. Yeah, it would be purring. Okay, people still speak to Scott. My God, Scott, I think you spoke more than me today in this chat, buddy. Oh, mate, listen, just enjoy the leave. Look, new chairman bounce. 2 wins, 6 points, 4 goals, none conceded. Long may it continue. People. Here we go. As conceded 131 goals in 101 games. 1.3 goals conceded a game averagely, obviously. Frank conceded 1 goal in 5 games. 2 goals. Okay, this is 6. That's 6.5 times worse than Frank so far. Yeah, it's not exactly. It is a very, very, very small sample size, but it is a great start. Gray is an 8-2 for sure. He is about Gray. I still think he might be the 6. Not now, not right now. And I think when we're looking at players to go out on loan in January, he could be one. If he's not playing regularly, I'd love him to go out on loan so he can get some minutes, whether it be a 6 or an 8, and just literally start getting some minutes. Bergvall looks like it might have actually been a decent bit of scouting from the club finally. Mate, when it comes to it, this is when we had this discussion, Daniel, about Lange maybe going to one side. Obviously, this when Paratici, who, by the way, was at the game today. So where we are with that, because people said I might not be coming because he's Levy's man. He was at the game today. 100% confirmed he was at the game today. So if he comes in, Lange, obviously, Vuskovic. Was he Vuskovic? I can't remember. Was he Vuskovic? Whatever. Does Lange have a deal, an eye for younger talent? Can he get younger talent in? It's all hit and miss. Obviously, I don't want him to be in charge of first team, like the head. Let's have a look. Showing something at Doncaster would be an upgrade. Yeah, it would be. Scott, that part I completely don't disagree with. But then we've got to see what he does after. And it's like, okay, if he plays well against Doncaster, a lot of people will be like, well, why should he start the Premier League? Because it's a really tough one, but you can only show what you can do with minutes on the pitch. I don't see how people praising Bergvall means you don't. Okay, we're going on with Scott. Random fan on left wing. No, Scott. No. Next stream, I want to start a betting pool. How many times Brighton? Do you know what? That would be a good bet. Bro, that will be a great bet. I obviously won't be able to bet against or bet myself because I can obviously swing it. But yeah, let's have some bet. Well, that'll be fun. That will be fun. Bentancur, Gray, Bergvall, and Sarr. All of these 8s, we need a proper number 6. We do. Paulinho is 1, obviously. Number 6 is an area. Bentancur can do it. Bentancur hasn't done it very well regularly, but he can. But we do. I think the main things we need sorted come out before we get number 6 in, because we have got those players that could do it, is a left back / left centre back, or left centre back / left back, and left winger. They are the absolute priorities for me. Let's have a look. We've got Australia in the house. Another Australian. Big up, Joel. I hope you and your family are well, buddy. Let's see. What's Jack saying? No, okay, we're still talking about, oh my God. If someone had said to me that the main chat would be about Bergvall and his performance, or is he overrated, I'd have been like, you what? I really would have been. How was the stadium atmosphere tonight? I couldn't believe how few Villarreal fans had. The start of the game, I know the atmosphere was electric. Obviously, I weren't there, but I've seen and spoken to people. But they said the second half was dead. A lot of it could be with the performance. Why is nobody talking about El Tel? There's nothing to talk about. There's nothing to talk about with him at the moment. Where are we? Nothing to say about Tel. There you go. What again? Tel. I was speaking to someone on Twitter earlier. I can't remember who it was. If he's stop start, which you'd imagine he would be, obviously not in the Champions League squad, he could be playing games like he did against West Ham, where it'll be in between Champions League games, or on next Wednesday against Doncaster. Again, he's another player I wouldn't mind shipping out somewhere on loan where he will play, but it has to be in the Premier League for me. Has to be in the Premier League. I know we send players out to other countries to maybe get experience. Well, Tel needs experience in the Premier League. If he can't get or force his way in or start making an impact, then I would love to see him go. We're not going to sell him. We're not going to sell him within the first year of him being here. I want to see him go out on loan. Oh my God. Sorry, people. Nothing to lose playing Odebear on the left for a run of games to keep Xavi. Stephen, this is exactly where I am. This is exactly where I am. To get Xavi, Jason, you sure did there, Xavi, in the centre, I would have a Tell on the wing. Tell, Jesus, I got Xavi right, and now I'm saying Tell instead of Odebear. I would have an Odebear on the left to see what he was doing and see what he can do. I really, really would. I really, really would, because I think that's when we can see what he's made of. We're playing Thomas Ball, playing Xavi. I don't think we will, Davey. I don't think we will, buddy. I think we will see him in the 10 sooner rather than later. Maybe not against Brighton. Maybe not against Brighton. I mean, for all we know, does he play Xavi in the 10 against Doncaster? Because he will play a couple of first teamers. Will he give Xavi free run? I mean, obviously, again, it's Doncaster, but maybe that's the game. Brian, how are you going to feel, mate, going to your first game back at Tottenham and the guy you wanted gone since 2007 is gone, mate? Mate, honestly, do you know what, Daniel? I can't wait. Like I said, I didn't go to any home games whatsoever when I was back in England during Ange, and it wasn't because of Ange, it was because of Levy. Not only is that man gone, but the man I've wanted in the hot seat is there. It is going to be incredible, because obviously I've been to the new stadium, which with Daniel Levy doing what he did for the stadium, it is an architectural masterpiece. It really, really is. And I cannot wait to get back in there. I cannot wait to get back in there and support the lads at home. And seeing Thomas Frank on that touch. You watch the game I go to, that's when we're going to play pure, beautiful football. It's personal for me. I need to get revenge on Wolves after going to one game last season, and it was the 4-2 defeat at Wolves. We need to smash them all over the place. And Dan, I just cannot wait. Are you, Daniel, I don't know. I keep forgetting. Are you in London? Are you if you are, we need to meet up. Do you know what, mate? I've stopped singing that song now. When we play the Filth and that song comes up, then I'll sing it. But not the jelly. I never sing the jelly ice cream. I never. Not for him. Didn't sing it for Levy. I won't sing it. But the hey, so Campbell, Judas. I'm not going to say the rest because I'll get in shit. That I will sing in the North London derby. But I'm just like, you know what? It's 20 odd years gone. He is Judas. He is done. But I will sing that song against the Filth, just not the other one. There we go. Luke the drummer. Luke Dad Rube. Okay. There you go. Luke the drummer. Mate, oh, Jesus Christ. Do you know what? I don't know if I need my glasses on. I'm tired, but I've always called you that, haven't I? I've always said Luke the drummer. No, now oh, Jesus Christ. I always called you Luke Dadaruma. My God, you see, this is what happens. Scott, I agree with you on that. I'm agreeing with you that. But what the conversation was, can you imagine if we had them together now? Or when Maddison comes back? That will be a good partnership. Wharton, I think, is heavily on the list. But that'll be in the summer. January is all about the left winger and left centre back. Yep. Look at you go. You had to be different, didn't you? Had to be different. Where are we? Madden, do you know what? It's going to be a very, very bad injury to come back from. A very, very, very bad injury to come back from. But never say never. Never say never. Do you know what? So, funnily enough, when you come back with your ACLs, and Alan Shearer's spoken about it, when you come back, somehow that actually makes your ACL stronger. I don't understand the side, whatever, but apparently when you have that kind of muscle injury, Alan Shearer said he's done it twice, or people have said it actually comes back stronger. So if he can find some fitness and find his form, and yes, he could be finished, but if he's playing with a team with Kudu, Xavi, I almost did it again, Xavi, then he may not have to be hyperextended it as much as waiting game. But do you know what? It's not, the conversation can't be had till at least March. at least March. So still needs someone to pass to the left winger when Paulinho is occupied. Yeah. I mean, there were so many times today as well where we were going forward and there was just no movement. There was no movement. It was very, very stop-start. I think we need to get that. Mate, Reece James, he's had so many injuries, hasn't he? Belieber, he might turn out to be another. Yeah, he could do. He could do. For me, Adam Wharton. I'm a huge fan of Adam Wharton. A huge fan of him. I think he, when we got to the Euros last 2 years ago now, when he moved to Palace in January, I think he deserved to start for England. I thought he was that good at Palace. I thought he deserved minutes, not just to force his way into the squad. I thought he was exceptional. I think Adam Wharton is an absolute monster. I'd love him at the football club all day long. We've said someone who can hold the ball onto the ball and play those triangles in the middle of the pitch, bring Paulinho back into the game, and Sarr and Bergvall and Bentancur, allow Romero. Yep. And this defense is on lockdown now. He can stop. Do you know what? Do you remember the man in the anorak or the raincoat, George Graham? George Graham always used to say, and Arsenal talk about it, the Filth talk about it all the time. When he came in and he got the Arsenal back four, he goes, let me sort out the defence first. Let me get the defence on lockdown, and then we'll sort everything out. And that's exactly what George Graham did with Leeds, with Tottenham. He just shuts down that defence. Then he starts building throughout the team. And it looks like, not saying that Thomas Frank's imitating that, but he certainly come in and said, right, let me sort the defence out. And he's done that superbly. I miss you. This is how you saying it. Miss you, someone. Love you. Bring our Tottenham back. I cannot say that. I just can't say it. I just can't say it. You're right. We do need that one. We have a 6. What we need is a proper 8 who can control the game. None of Sarr, Bergvall, Bentancur can do it. Great. Like I said, every player, as you and I spoke as well, Scott, every single player at Tottenham Hotspur has got a season starting with a clean slate. I don't know if Gray isn't worth mentioning. I think in a few years he's going to be a top player. And I said that when we signed him. Sarr, I think is the most improved player at the squad. Put it this way, out of all these, Bentancur is the one I wouldn't mind losing. Bentancur is the one I wouldn't mind losing out of those 4. 1, 2, yeah. And I'll stand by that, especially with the contract situation. Prediction from here on. Who will be the first Frank? I'm gonna stick to what I said and say Brennan Johnson. I'm gonna say Brennan Johnson. I don't know what other people say. Bentancur staying could do, Davey. Could do, brother. Stu Boy, south of France in that. Big up the south of France. Am I right in saying south or you said Marseille's game was mad today, wasn't it? 4-4 or something? It's a mad game of football. Was it Marseille Juventus? Was it Marseille? Let me have a look. It's going to bug me now. Champions League results. Where was it? Oh no, Juventus Dortmund. Real Madrid won in the late against Marseille. Juventus Dortmund 4-4. What a game! And apparently it was 4-2 in the 90th minute or something. What an incredible game of football that was. Let's have a look. Let's see what else we've got. I'm not even going to say that as a sentence, but trust me, if that was to have happened, Kamal, I'm in London on Sunday, and you would bloody know it. Around the world, people would know where I was because it would be not front page news, it would be on the news. It would be all over social media. If that happened, believe me, or if the new consortium, when we got bought out reinstated him, the first thing I do is say, honey, I'm on a plane right now. Like the next flight out to London, I'm on it. I would go absolutely bonkers if that happened. I would go absolutely bonkers. Right, do you know what, guys? On that note, I am crashing. So I am going to call it a night tonight. But I will say there's very likely to be another Late Night Lilywhite tomorrow. And the reason being, Thursday, my sister-in-law is coming here and staying here for a couple of nights. And then Saturday, I fly. So there is a very, very good chance there will be a Late Night Lilywhite tomorrow night, guys. And it will be the last Late Night Lilywhite until I get back from London, unless I do it London time, like 9 in the evening, which will be 4 in the afternoon here. But we'll see. We will see. One day I will do it. One day when I come back, and just so you know, people, January transfer window is going to be just as mad on here as it was during this window near the end. If a transfer really heats up during the night, I'm not going to bed till we get the here we go. And on deadline day, I will be going from 9 p.m. and I'm going to go the full way. This time I'm going to go the full hog. I have just seen a very, very dear friend of mine and a really, really, really... Where is he? There he is. Mr. Rich C is in the house. Good morning to you, sir. But I will say to everyone, Spurs won, Spurs clean sheet, Spurs 3 points in the Champions League, 3 winnable games in the Champions League to come up, Brighton coming up. Things at the moment are very, very good at Tottenham Hotspur. The performance weren't the best, but we got the job done. So I am going to close the Frank therapy session for all the Frankaholics. I'm going to say have a good night, good morning, whatever you are doing or whatever time in the world it is you are. Thomas, Frank, Thomas, Frank. And as always, Levy's gone. Tour.